Imagine you're listening to your favorite song, maybe a powerful orchestral piece or a moving vocal performance. Suddenly, a shiver runs down your spine. The tiny hairs on your arms stand up. You feel a wave of intense emotion. This familiar sensation is known as getting goosebumps. It's a common, often delightful reaction to deeply moving music. But have you ever stopped to wonder why this peculiar physical response happens? Why does something as intangible as sound trigger such a primitive bodily reaction? Today we're diving into the fascinating science behind musical goosebumps. Let's unravel this curious connection between our ears, our emotions, and our skin. First, let's understand what goosebumps actually are. Biologically speaking, they are a reflex known as piloerection or the pilomotor reflex. This happens when tiny muscles at the base of each hair follicle contract. These contractions cause the hairs to stand upright, creating those little bumps on your skin. In animals, this reflex serves two main purposes. It makes them appear larger to potential threats, like a cat puffing up its fur. It also helps to trap a layer of warm air close to the skin, providing insulation against cold. So it's an ancient survival mechanism deeply ingrained in our biology. Now here's where music comes into play, and it gets really interesting. When we experience intense emotional moments in music, our brain responds powerfully. It triggers the sympathetic nervous system, often called the fight or flight response. This is the same system activated when we face danger or extreme cold. But with music, there's no actual physical threat or temperature drop. Instead, the brain processes the emotional intensity of the music as a significant event. This triggers a cascade of neurochemical reactions. A key player here is dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. Studies show that listening to music that induces chills releases dopamine in the brain. This release often happens both in anticipation of a peak moment and during the peak itself. So, music essentially hacks our ancient survival system. It uses emotional cues to elicit a response typically reserved for physical stimuli. Now, for a surprise turn, it's not just good music in a general sense that does this. The goosebumps often arise from very specific musical structures and patterns. Think about moments of unexpected harmony or a sudden change in timbre. It could be a dramatic shift in volume, a powerful crescendo, or a sudden silence. Many times, it's a combination of anticipation and then the satisfying resolution of a musical phrase. Our brains are constantly predicting what's coming next in music. When those predictions are pleasantly violated or powerfully confirmed, we get a rush. This delicate dance between expectation and surprise is crucial for triggering chills. So while we know the physiological process, there are still layers of mystery. It's known that the pilomotor reflex is activated by the sympathetic nervous system. We're also quite certain about the role of dopamine in the brain's reward system. What remains less clear is exactly why music, in particular, taps into this ancient system. Why does a series of organized sounds create such a profound physical and emotional reaction? Scientists are still researching individual differences. Some people are more prone to musical chills than others, often scoring higher on openness to experience personality traits. Cultural background and personal memories also play a significant role. A song tied to a strong personal memory can be especially potent. So it's a complex interplay of biology, psychology, and personal experience. Ultimately, musical goosebumps are a testament to music's incredible power. They highlight its ability to connect with us on a deeply primal level. Music transcends language and culture, evoking universal human emotions. It reminds us that we are emotional creatures, wired to respond to beauty and intensity. These shivers are a physical manifestation of profound emotional engagement. They make us feel intensely alive, connected to something larger than ourselves. It's a beautiful reminder of the intricate relationship between our minds and bodies. The next time you feel those hairs stand up, take a moment to appreciate the magic. It's your brain and body reacting to the sheer artistry and emotion of sound. It's a truly amazing physiological and psychological phenomenon. What song gives you goosebumps every single time? Share your top goosebump-inducing track in the comments below. We'd love to hear your personal anthems of chill. And if you enjoyed this exploration of musical mysteries, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating insights into the world around us. Thanks for watching, and keep listening for those incredible shivers. Disclaimer: this content is for informational purposes only and is not medical or psychological advice. Brain responses to music are complex and vary greatly among individuals. Suggested sources: neuroscience journals, music psychology research, cognitive science studies. Researchers are constantly uncovering new details about this fascinating phenomenon.